Today, the finalists have their first challenge. They're presenting their 5 looks to the judges.
5 looks that exemplify the past, present, and future of their brand.
Here we have a cashmere cardigan handmade in New York.
How much is the cardigan?
$4,400 retail.
The price range is really erratic.
I think, but a short is a short as well. I mean, right, a board short. I mean, I guess.
Should we do some questions?
Welcome, David. How are you?
Fantastic. Thank you for having me. I'm not a public speaker.
What's the size of your business?
To be brutally honest, I have no business.
Do you ever look to the future?
I feel like looking to the past is looking to the future.
So the answer is no.
Correct.
Standing in front of these judges is one of the hardest things that they'll have to do.
Jonathan, forgive me, but you seem a little nervous.
The judges are incredibly intimidating.
Bloody hell.
She's a little bit inexperienced.
I hate those. The clock is ticking. Zzz. It's terribly scary.
I think he needs some coaching.
He needs us to crack the whip.
Every year, hundreds of young American designers apply for the CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund.
The CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund is really the first of its kind, and indeed the only one of its kind.
Anna Wintour from Vogue, Diane Von Furstenberg, Jenna Lyons from J. Crew.
Those people can make your career.
We want to support designers that are going to be the future of American fashion. If you look at the landscape of American fashion, it is filled with designers that have been through the Fashion Fund.
Winning the CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund is like winning an Oscar. And at the end, the winner gets $400,000 and a mentorship with an industry leader.
10 designers, 4 months, 1 winner. This is the Fashion Fund.
We're really looking to see how they present themselves. If they stumble or if they go on for too long. They only have 15 minutes, which is part of the intensity of the process.
I'm just really nervous. I'm able to express myself through design and through fashion. But sometimes when asked to explain, it's a little trickier to verbalize what's going on in the head and the heart.
Well, this is cute.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Simkhai. I've been designing for 5 years and I design women's wear. I'm currently sold in 70 stores in 159 doors across the world. So this is a fil coupe from Italy that was all hand cut. My grandfather had a lace mill in Iran, and when he fled Iran in the 70s, he had to leave the mill behind, and that story really touched me. So I wanted to figure out a way to use lace, but also keep it true to my girl. I think this dress best epitomizes what I'm trying to carve out in the industry. A stylized look for under $1,000.
Very nice. What is that?
It's an embroidered gauze that's overprinted.
Oh, it's overprinted.
Yeah, screen print.
Yeah, I get it.
Thank you so much.
Please sit down. Jonathan, I'm curious to know what being a runner-up or a winner would mean to your business and why you think you are deserving.
I think that there's a lot of possibilities for the brand.
Jonathan, forgive me, but you seem a little nervous. And a lot of what a designer has to do is being on stage. Are you comfortable with that?
I usually am. For some reason today, I'm not.
What was the visual about?
So these were different, like sport courts and fields, you know, as athletic. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
C-.
Not getting your advice.
He was terrified. He was.
I was definitely nervous. You know, sometimes there's a lot of things I want to say, so it's just kind of like getting the words out slowly and articulating my thoughts is probably the most challenging.
I just feel like I'm an athlete going into a game. That's what I'm channeling. Hi. My name is Becca McCharen.
Bloody hell.
When people ask me in a party, what do you do? I say, I kind of make scaffolding for the body.
Come closer.
Show them what you got. So that kind of architectural language we've been able to translate into more wearable and sellable things like swimwear, lingerie, and sportswear.
Is this latex?
It is. It's a latex coat. You can show her what's underneath too.
Can we touch it?
The reveal was further on, but you know.
Good morning.
She's been lubed up all the way, so.
Oh, okay.
Good to know.
Can you take it out?
You're ruining my script. This was like later on. So,
Yeah, that worked, yeah.
And how does it feel when you put it
It's
on?
actually super comfortable, and the stockings are like amazing.
No, we know.
Do you?
Do
Well, I don't, but.
Okay.
thank you guys so much.
In terms of your business, how much is actual wholesale and how much is for performers?
70% of our business is wholesale, 20% is our online shop, and 10% is like Beyonce's world tour.
What are the challenges, Becca, with so much of your work being based on the kind of technical development?
For us, the biggest challenge is fit and quality. With new technology, with body scanning and getting all that data, that's something we're really, really interested in just being expert at.
That's it, Becca.
Thank you so much. It was great to meet you.
Well, she's impressive. Yeah.
I told you I had to fight for it.
I had to fight for her too. Wow.
Because we're the women.
Diane went straight to the latex. She was like, show me what's under that jacket. It all happened so fast. I have no idea what just happened. I kind of blacked out.
My mantra this morning was, you got this. This is more waiting than I thought. I thought we were just gonna be like, phew.
Okay, this is Rio and Gypsy Sport.
This is fun today.
Yes, it's good.
Oh. Wow. Hi.
I think actually you guys have to switch places, Fishbones and...
Oh, yes, makes all the difference.
Hi everyone, my name is Rio Uribe. I'm the designer of Gypsy Sport. And I was hoping you guys would jump in with questions right away.
No, go. You have to present.
You present. Talk about your clothes.
Absolutely. Noma is wearing the fisherman's tank, and I made this with rope and keychain pieces and seashells, and I also thought this top was kind of unisex. And,
But
definitely,
of course.
yeah. And I used a lot of bungee in this collection because it was on sale. And this is actually one of my favorite tops. I think it's kind of cool to have off the shoulder for men or women. This is Fishbones, a friend of mine. He's actually a breakdancer.
Wow.
Thank you.
Very good.
All right, models, thank you, and then we're gonna ask Rio some questions.
What would you do with the money if you won?
How would I spend it? I'd probably buy a car. I'm kidding.
Wrong answer.
No, I think I truly would probably invest in actually building a stronger team.
Rio, this may be a completely misfounded rumor, but I understood backstage that maybe you hadn't applied for the fund yourself, that it was your assistant that actually filled in the application. Is that right?
I had so many things, trying to do too many things at once, which is kind of my biggest downfall. And my amazing, I don't want to call her assistant because she's more like my right hand, had submitted everything in time, and I just am eternally grateful because I wouldn't even be sitting here without that.
So you wanted to apply, but
Oh,
she
absolutely.
actually, she was
Yeah.
the one that did the work.
Yeah, I mean, we did it together, but she just got it in on time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
He's so completely lost. He has no idea what he's doing.
It's cool. I thought the off-the-shoulder top is something I could pick up for myself for the weekend.
So intense. I was very caught off guard. I kind of felt like I failed Anna by not submitting my application, but I'm hoping they see some potential.
Were you nervous or? So nervous. I know, but I was nervous.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to present the looks. On Mitchell, we have a unconstructed blazer. It's a sense of sophisticated casual, which has been my, I would say, design aesthetic from the beginning. Alicia, she has a workwear-inspired lab coat with a slim boyfriend jean. It has what we call a reclaimed wash. We started to reclaim back our customers' jeans, and those washes have become now the wash templates for all the jeans.
All right, thank you. You're in a very oversaturated category, so what do you say makes you distinctive and unique in that category?
I think we've got really, we have a really strong, I think, approachability, but I think too it's that other juxtaposition of relevant cool that I think that really has a solid place in the market right now.
Fashion is also about emotion, what you stand for, I mean, in terms of branding. Just one sentence.
Grit and grace.
What?
Grit and grace.
I think what everyone's asking is, how do you see Baldwin being unique? Like, what are you offering that no one else is offering?
I think it's building trust as a brand.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all very much. Appreciate your time. They were trying to figure out who I am. What is Baldwin? You know, what makes it different? Hopefully I articulated that.
I still don't feel I understand what makes Baldwin unique.
I think we all agree to that.
Grace and grit.
I think that what we like about him is that he was from Kansas City.
Yeah, no, and I think it's a very American, it's a good story.
He's just doing nice basics. I mean, he basically said that, right?
He's a smart guy, though.
He's going to be fine.
He's going to be fine no matter what.
Okay, Jonathan Simkhai.
I wasn't convinced by that.
He's definitely going to make it with us or without us.
If you're talking about fashion, I don't know, compared to some of these other guys.
He was very nervous. He's much more charming than that.
We have a ways to go.
David Hart.
I think we can help him.
I feel like looking to the past is looking to the future. To be brutally honest, I have no business. Finding a place for an American tailored brand has been a challenge.
He's very young, so there's a lot of time for him. I think there's good impulses there. I just think it just needs...
He's not ready.
Well, let's wait and see.
My favorite two were Thaddeus and Chromat.
Yes, I agree.
She's got also a lot of potential and she's smart about her business. In the marketplace, sure, she's a little bit inexperienced. I think that's something we can help her get to.
She's so in tune with everything. She has like antennas everywhere.
I wanted to know what category the latex coat came in, because she did activewear, sports, swim.
I think lingerie.
I think she was great. I loved her.
But he was a bit stubborn.
The price range is really erratic. But a short is a short, a board short. This is like the new golf.
If he's not willing to listen, he's going to have a hard time. But I think he needs some coaching.
He needs us to crack the whip. He's off surfing.
He definitely has a point.
He's top three. I haven't seen the other five, but I think he's...
All right, Gypsy Sport.
That was awesome. He was the most original thinker.
He couldn't get it together to fill out his own application.
He said he'd buy a car. That was it. He had me at that. So if you look on his website, it's a lot of quite cool T-shirts.
I like the product a lot more than I thought I would.
He's going to be so much fun to have around, anyway.
Every point on this journey, the designers really need to put everything they have into it because they could influence us at that point and change minds.
But it was an impressive group.
I think so.
Really.
Very impressive group.
Well, we have more to see.
I looked over there and I was like, whoa, I feel like this really blew me away. I saw David Hart and oh my God, I think he's so good. Amazing.
It's been a ride.
How long have you been doing this for?
I just showed my 6th collection.
I feel like if I start delving into like who everybody else is, then that's gonna play on all of these insecurities that I don't need to magnify in myself. No pressure.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
I'm Aurora from Brother Bellies. I'm a shoe designer. I'm based in Brooklyn, and we produce everything in Africa. So South Africa, Kenya, Morocco. And my original shoe is a desert boot, which is what's called a South African velskoen. After I started with the desert boots, I expanded to sandals. These ones are from an animal called a springbok, which is overpopulated in South Africa. I also made this jacket. The beaded pieces can be taken home by women. There's a lot of women in Kenya who are single mothers and need to be able to take care of their children and also earn an income at the same time. So I try to take things like that into consideration when I'm doing the design and find ways to utilize some of the local skills that are indigenous to that area.
Models, you can leave.
Thank you.
I noticed that you had a jacket in your collection. Is apparel something you're interested in, or?
I mean, I would love to move into apparel. I would love to expand to handbags as well.
You're obviously, you've taken on a big job here. Do you feel that you are committed to staying the course?
I am really committed to it, and I believe in them, and they believe in me, so I'm really gonna stick it through the course.
I love you.
Oh, thank you. I love you. Thank you so much, you guys. I really appreciate your time.
I love you.
Gian, that was not a bipartisan remark. I worry that she won't stay the course. She's a nice girl. We're not here to give prizes for being politically correct.
A good point.
This is Baja East.
Oh God, I thought that was a real baby. But there's a real dog. Oh, hi, puppy.
So almost 2 years ago, John and I launched our collection, Baja East. We're a globally inspired American luxury brand. We take from the West Coast vibes and mix them with city street. Our Baja, which is part of our name, so we took the lower neckline of the jalaba, mixed it with a Baja pocket, and we did it in an antique Balinese fabric. Noma's wearing what we call our tribal print, and he has a tribal broadcloth blazer on at $16.95. We also launched Baja Baby.
I hate those.
We do something in a very
This is cute.
And then Noma has on it's a crepe tunic with a little drape top, but women bought this as a tunic, and men like Jared Leto wore this on his tour. This is actually one of our best sellers.
My husband would love it.
We should move along. We're not going to have any time for questions. Yeah.
So we created this as well on the hand loom, and it actually took 2 days to make this.
And how much do you sell that for?
$32.95.
Your clothes are very expensive. What can you do about that?
Actually, we're working on that right now. We're now sourcing smarter. We're working backwards with factories now, giving them a target price. It's difficult to actually switch over, though. We need money to switch them over and set up a new one. You see things that are maybe a bit more elaborate over the top. Those are definitely like my pushing. We don't take every single meeting together. John definitely handles more of the finances. We still are able to segment off. So we always play with this mix. This wrap skirt pant and the black crepe that we do, you dress it up with heels. This exact look a woman could wear. It would be like super chic. It's meant to get many looks with it. I mean, John too, like Lori Hirschlafer would wear like your exact look. She does. She does.
Maybe you should do a comedy act.
Thank you so much, guys.
Okay, thanks for coming.
We did an amazing job. I'm really proud.
We are taking this very seriously.
And we're not here for fun. We need money. And we need the mentorship.
Who's next?
The judges look like they maybe want to touch the fabric or see some details. Feel free to interact. I always like the clothes to speak for themselves, not me.
Hey.
My name is Chris Gelinas. My brand is CG, which I launched about 2.5 years ago. If I had to describe CG in one word, I would say transformative. I really believe in clothes that elevate and empower the women that wear them. This look is from my Spring 14 collection. It's a fabric that I worked with Emil Schuler to develop. It has this great seersucker quality, but it's actually a quick dry fabric.
Does it breathe?
Very well. I worked with the idea of taking engineered laser cut neoprene and sandwiching it in place of boning in a corset. It has stretch, it has movement, but it still gives you structure and support. Keeping with my love of textile development, I develop about 70% of the textiles that I use. I would love it to be 100% one day.
The fabric is beautiful.
Thank you.
Chris, there was a sense that your price points were a little bit too high.
I'm self-financed and I've really relied on the revenue from sales. to then turn over into production to develop the next seasons.
I would imagine with 70% of your fabrics that you're developing, that's probably really hiking up a lot of the cost of your goods as well.
Fabrics and labor are the two biggest expenses, but at the same time, it's really the core DNA of the brand, and it's something I've been really reluctant to waver on. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming.
It reminded me of Creatures of the Wind. It's just like it's all about the fabric. It's $250 a yard.
He did well. We put him on the spot, right?
I'm not necessarily nervous about standing there and talking. I'm more nervous about making sure that I hit the talking points.
Everybody ready for that?
Ready. I'm Brad Schmidt.
And I'm Raul Arevalo.
And we are Cadet. So we are a menswear brand originally based in Brooklyn. We knew that the quickest return on investment for us was to open retail. So we started our company in 2011 by opening a store in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. And then within 2 years, we had opened 2 additional stores.
This is our signature pant. It's inspired by a vintage aviator pant from World War II. The bridge fly always remains part of the Cadet DNA. We are trying to introduce smaller sizes into our collection, so it's open for women to come in, buy it, and wear it.
Thank you, guys.
Is your growth plan to go into wholesale?
Our strategy is to find key retail partners and then open additional retail.
The wholesale business is going to help you so much with exposure. You know, it must be incredibly hard for you guys to plan the inventory in your stores based on a retail-only model.
You seem to have an ambivalence about it.
I wouldn't say that from our menswear brand that we want to be all over the place everywhere.
You have a business plan that includes wholesale at some point. There's 2 retailers here if you want to make a pitch.
Give me a call.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's kind of weird not to have any wholesale.
We own 3 retail stores here in New York, and we don't do wholesale, meaning Barney's doesn't carry us, Saks doesn't carry us yet.
We really want to do wholesale, but how do we get into those stores?
So that's why we're part of the fund, is to sort of get that advice and find our roadmap.
And what about Chris Gelinas?
He's very good looking and he loves texture.
I have to say that I thought Chris looked a lot better than it does when I've seen it on the runway.
I agree with Mark, but I've seen some of his stuff online.
It's conceptual piece on conceptual piece on conceptual piece, and you're like, oh.
I think that if he spent less time creating textiles and actually spent more time designing clothes, he would see a little bit more of a successful
I'd like to
business.
follow him a bit more. And I thought the Cadets were impressive, actually.
It feels a little literal to me.
The vertical, the men's in smaller sizes. I think that they have something, the Cadets, yeah.
This model of relying on their own retail network and not wholesaling was really not the way forward for them.
Brother Bellies?
I know you all love them, but I would like to make the point that this is a fund that is here to support fashion designers, not just the politically and ethically correct. And I didn't see a lot of fashion in those shoes.
I like the shoes. The desert boot and the one slip-on was good.
Doesn't make
the rest.
Anyway, that's.
Last but not least, Baja East.
I want what they had for breakfast.
Did they go to bed?
Seems like a lack of focus there, the way they talk.
But their clothes are good.
I think we need to see.
Yeah.
Every challenge that we ask them to do feeds into the final decision. The people that you think right at the beginning they're a clear leader can surprise you and not be as good as you hope they might be, and others that start rather slowly come up during the process. We're looking at the whole, not just one thing.
I think price was like the big sort of jaw dropper. So that is something I have to figure out.
I think it went really well.
We've tried to present ourselves in a way that's authentic, that is really us, really our brand.
This has just been an intense process, but this is just the beginning.
Well, anyway, I'm looking forward to knowing them all better.
That was actually a lot of fun.
Next week on the Fashion Fund.
This year we developed an experiential marketing challenge.
We want to inspire the designers to think about marketing in unexpected ways.
So goals, raise brand awareness, make noise.
Develop like an obstacle course / boot camp.
How is your brand going to break through to the next level?
I'm here to present Surf to New York to you guys.
We are going to take over a psychic.
Surfarama.
I'm not gonna get naked right now and get dressed in the back of this car.
That worries me a little bit, to be honest.
It feels like the Hunger Games a little bit. It feels like everyone's like, trying to win.
Here we go.
The designers are also going to receive site visits from the judges.
Starting to freak out a little bit.
You guys are earlier than I expected.
It's a very revealing half an hour that we spend with them.
The floors are still in a little bit of a reno state. I apologize. It was like you just told your mom that you're 15 and pregnant.